Well, you might remember, guys, that at the first peak of this pandemic, the Connecticut Convention Center behind me was set up as a mobile field hospital. Now it's going to be transformed into a COVID testing site. Hartford, under a COVID red alert. As the need grows, Hartford Hospital doubling their testing capacity.
Today is a tremendous step forward as we fight this pandemic virus.
Today's announcement represents a really significant expansion of testing capacity, even beyond what they're already doing.
The Connecticut Convention Center will be transformed into an indoor COVID testing site. Right now, at their permanent testing site on Hudson Street, they have the capacity for 1,700 tests a week. At the Convention Center, it will be 4,000.
To everybody out there, to Hartford residents, to residents of the Hartford region, to residents of Connecticut, a part of beating this virus, a part of suppressing this virus is getting tested.
Hartford Hospital realized the demand was outpacing their capacity on Hudson Street, and winter snow would make access more challenging.
We have 300 and 400 cars that can back up. We recognized we needed to create more lanes. We needed to create more ways to care for more people.
It's the most accurate test you can get with quick results.
A few months ago, you're looking at a few days. Right now, I think the average turnaround time is just about 24 hours.
But we know testing only works if it's backed up by contact tracers. According to the data tracking website COVID Act Now, Connecticut only has 37% of the contact tracers it needs.
In Hartford, we have built a really robust contact tracing effort. We were able to secure some significant grant funding to build that from the CDC Foundation and other sources. We have a couple of dozen contact tracers that are working around the city. They speak multiple languages.
And this new testing site will be open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. beginning on November 9th.